Ever since my first time hearing 8D music, I immediately wanted to experience every song I loved in this form. I came across a few tutorials, but it didn't quite give the same effect. At first, you might assume it just goes from ear to ear with a little reverb, but when you go to add the reverb and either use pan or duplicate the track and alternate the volume of each track that you set, one to left and the other to right, you get this. Or this. Which, I mean, it gets the basic idea and is still neat, but it sounds a bit off compared to, say, this. You then realize it takes a bit more than sending it left to right with a little reverb. The question then becomes how to get it to sound like it's also going forward and behind you or above and below. So with using the knowledge of alternating left and right, we'll jump into completely scrapping my whole long and complicated process I worked hard to figure out. Because good news for you and me, I found out there's a free plugin you can get for exactly this. And it does a way better job with lots of time and effort saved compared to whatever the hell I was doing. Which is a reason why this video took a while to create, because I had to take a bit of time to learn this plugin, among life and other delays, like having to re-record everything and edit from scratch again. So I apologize for taking forever, but I'll definitely show you all that, and of course I'll link everything below. The program I'm using is the free trial version of Mixcraft 9, and if it's anything like Mixcraft 7's free trial, it should still basically be free for forever. I apologize if they've changed it, but my experience with 7 before I saved it to buy it, once the free trial ended, I could still create music, save it, and edit my songs anytime exactly as I could before. The only thing that ended was the ability to mix down to audio files or bring onto a CD and whatnot. Which, like I previously did, you could still of course record your PC audio, say through Audacity, as long as there's no lag, but yeah, it's still worth checking out my opinion, and even buying if you have the money to spare. But anyway, to the main part of the video. So, the plugin is called DearVR Micro. It's the smaller, free version of DearVR Pro that I don't think I'll be able to afford anytime soon. So, after you've downloaded and installed Mixcraft, then DearVR, which for that one you do have to first subscribe with your email to get a link to download the plugin, and you can unsubscribe after. But once you do that, just open the file and install, and you're done. Once Mixcraft is open, upload a track of your choosing by double-clicking on an audio track. Once that's loaded, click the NEFFEX button, then look for the plugin, and it should open this window. You can then press the spacebar or click play, and then have fun moving it around in circles. You can also play around with the elevation over here, which of course makes it sound like it's rising above or going below you. Once you've had fun playing around with that, to have it do all the work for you, just go up here, hit the plus, and add LFO. On the first drop down, you can select whatever you want to move around. First up to show you, of course, is azimuth, which is what the circle section here is called. It starts moving right away, though you may notice it's not going in a circle, but back and forth instead. That's where the second drop down comes in. This isn't wrong to use, by the way, but if you're going for a full circle, what you're looking for is either ramp or sawtooth. Ramp goes clockwise and sawtooth goes counterclockwise. If you feel it's going too fast or slow, you can just turn this little knob over here to adjust the speed. If you want to get more specific with the speed, just hit sync to turn it off for more fluid control. So once you've got that set up how you like, you can minimize the LFO by hitting this button till we go back to it later. Width here spreads out the sound, which you can visually see it from the blue line that grows or shrinks accordingly on azimuth. I personally like to have it around 20 or 30, but it could change from song to song and it may be different to your liking as well. Focus is between pan, like earlier heard in the video, and HRTF, which I just learned stands for head-related transfer function, and that is what will give us the 8D effect. Next section is reflections. Like the name suggests, this is where you'll get the effect of the audio reflecting off of surfaces in a room. Level, of course, adjusts the level of reflection, size gives you the size of the room, and room gives you the different types of room textures. Drapes are going to be a bit more quiet in terms of reflections, as that material absorbs sound more, where going to the opposite end, glass is going to be a lot more reflective of sound. You can also turn it off completely if you want. I will say it's not the same as reverb, so if you're wanting reverb specifically, you gotta add that through another filter, which you should be able to find, I think, 3 different kinds or more if you've installed other plugins. So back to elevation, perhaps you're wanting the audio to also go up and down while it circles your head, and we can definitely do that. But before setting up the LFO for this, I just want to point out that while azimuth is circling, as I turn the elevation up, you'll notice the higher it goes, the circling effect seems to disappear. Same thing going down, which makes sense because the higher or lower above you, even if it's still going in circles, it's not going directly around your head anymore. So it's just going to sound above or below, which there's nothing wrong with that at all, but just good to keep in mind. So when we go to create a new LFO, and we select elevation, it goes up and down with it on sign, so nothing needs changing there. But if you're wanting to keep that circling effect consistent or lessen the extreme of both poles, then all you gotta do is change the minimum and maximum knobs. I'd say a good spot is until it limits it to not go past about halfway on each side, but like everything else, this is up to personal taste. Then of course, just adjust the speed to your liking, and that's basically it. As a little bonus, I learned before starting recording was to open a song, go to FX, select Classic Reverb, experiment around till it sounds cool to you and doesn't distort the sound, adjust the volume to make sure it sounds smooth throughout, open and edit DVR how you like, then duplicate the track, remove the reverb on this track, adjust the volume again if needed, and enjoy. By the way, I shared a Dropbox link with some songs like the ones you heard in this video and more. But yeah, there you go. These are the basics of at least one way I'm aware of on how to get that 8D effect. I hope that this has helped and that you have fun making your own songs or turning your favorite songs 8D. If you feel it's deserved, be sure to give the video a like. If it didn't help or you just feel like disliking for whatever reason, no one can stop you. I don't know if there's a reason for me to say to subscribe. I can't say or promise if I'll make any more videos like this, though while working on organizing this video I kept learning new things, so you never know. But my channel is kind of a chaotic mess of inconsistency and possibilities. So yeah, with all that said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. May you have fun editing audio, and if you stuck around to the end, thank you. Here's a little bonus for you. From the YouTube library, I give you the 8D edit of Tough by NEFFEX.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic groove up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new song. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. Not as tough I like to play